We've covered Relooted a few times on this channel, and every time I talk about it, it seems like it's worse than the last time, and this is no different. We already have people at the studio starting to blame you for daring not to pick up the controller and play their game, because how dare you not give them money? Ambassador TDS, Ben Myres, the CEO and creative director of Relooted, responds to the backlash the game has been receiving on Steam forums. Quote, "You can't turn off the forums as a dev." End quote. "If you use your moderation powers too much as a dev, there is a cottage industry of YouTubers who will make videos about your forums, and that drives more bad faith actors." You know, the irony of this is by him simply saying this, it makes people talk. It's like, bro, just don't say anything. Let people have a conversation about it. Let the chips fall where they may. Relooted has been performing atrociously on the Steam DB concurrent player count. And this game was heavily pushed by the Epic Game Stores and backed by Microsoft. And of course, had some assistance from former employee of Sweet Baby Inc., Chris Kindred, of all people, to work on the game. The same Chris Kindred that contacted where I used to work, trying to get me fired there by calling me a racist. Yes, that very same one. Tegominus on Blue Sky. This is the Steam forum for Relooted, and it's all grave dancing, rightoid, culture war incels. God forbid it's people that don't care about your game and want to laugh at it so you don't ever do this again. God forbid this is people trying to tell you that what you are doing is not what they wanted to buy. God forbid. No. You're too good for that. It has to be everyone else's fault. Do you think, and then tags Valve, is ever going to crack down on this shit? They allow this nonsense to fester on their platform, providing hate mongers a soapbox to spew vile, racist bullshit. Deeply frustrating, bro. This is people giving their opinions on things. Just like you're welcome to make the game you want, people are welcome to say your game is racist as fuck, which I would argue it is. And no amount of trying to make me feel bad about saying that is going to change my feeling on the situation. I'm allowed to feel that way. It's not like you can sue people for having a feeling that disagrees with your own. Well, actually, I guess you could do that because I'm dealing with a lawsuit right now, someone doing something just like that to me. But still, it doesn't mean you're going to be successful with it. The target audience looted this game someplace else. This is not the way to get any sort of message across. Fair. So, how is this funded? A great question. Where the did this money come from? Hello, fellow chuds. All the racist unintentionally helping the game is really funny. And so the chuds remain ... Thank you, devs, for being DEI LGBTQI++ inclusive heart to rainbows. Oh, shit. It's amazing. What is wrong with any of this, by the way? I don't see anything here where I'm like, oh, there's nothing. There's no open threats. There's no attacks. This is just people having a conversation about the game. Welcome to gaming culture. First day? Like what? Ben Myres, based on the torrid stuff they mark as not against terms of service when it's reported, I doubt they have much interest ever addressing this, which is particularly awful considering you can't turn off forums as a dev. One solution I've seen other devs use is to lock the whole forum and leave a single locked thread pointing to a platform they have actual moderation power over. Oh, because they want to control the message and control the narrative? Weird. Almost like that's exactly what lefty lunatic communistic people do every time. Maybe that's an option for y'all. Either way, deeply sorry you have to deal with some of this bullshit. 2014 never ends. Oh, it sounds like a callback to Gamergate. Curious. Ben Myres, the CEO of the development studio that made Relooted, said, "We'll look into it. Part of the issue, though, is that if you use your moderation powers too much as a dev, there's a cottage industry of YouTubers who make videos about your forums, and then that drives more bad faith actors there. So what this person wants is only people to praise his game and tell him he's amazing. He's in the wrong industry for that. My goodness, imagine if this guy had any kind of political power, what they would do with that. They might try to silence people for saying things that they would consider hate speech. These are the people that are controlling governments in the world right now. That's scary. Went through this when we announced it becomes a feedback loop of never-ending new accounts dropping in. Basically impossible to moderate the volume that occurs when that happens. Okay, so what you're saying is the feedback from the community is telling you that this game is not good, extremely racist, and funny because you're so tone deaf to the things that you did with it. What did you expect from this? Like, dead serious. Here's a live look at the Relooted chat. It is still up, by the way. So much for the anti-racists. Welcome to the Steam forums, by the way. I rarely ever even go to them. But if people want to and have conversations about it, have at it. Like, that's what they're there for. As a developer, you should be ecstatic that there's anyone even talking about your game. In the sea of hundreds of thousands of games out there on Steam, people are talking about your game. Good, bad, hey, at least they're talking about it. The fact they're trying to control the direction of the conversation tells you everything you need to know about them. And this is Tebow from the other day. Almost 21,000 likes on this old post for Relooted. Less than 100 players on Steam. This is the Epic Game Store that we talked about the other day. 21,000 likes, and there's 22 current players. That's almost one player for every 1,000 people that liked it. Concurrently playing the game on the second day of it being out. It did not top the all-time peak on launch day of 57 people. Today, it only reached 50. And it's going down from there. Not great. Not great. And it's actually, in case you're wondering how racist this game is, Philip Chan, friend of the channel, an amazing, amazing person, and very funny. Relooted is pretty racist. Let's hear it.
I heard you were back in town.
Just the look on his face is just like, I'm so tired from this shit. Classic. Oh, so
no freaking way you gotta you. No way.
But I don't believe it because I knew you would have come.
This is like when Philip Chan does the Asian voice. This is what he sounds like. Also, I knew when you were coming
to see me.
That I'm sorry. I was going to visit you eventually.
You'll be gone a long time. It's good to see you.
my cheeks hurt. Holy shit. Oh, God. And this was what I covered the other day, but there's a response to this I want to go over. PC Gamer. Relooted is a fine heist game, but it's a better history lesson. Correcting dark historic wrongs can feel surprisingly bright. And this is the Lincoln Carpenter dude that was the journal on that. Crunchy Digital said, this is the most unintentionally funny racist shit I have seen last week. I can't stop laughing. It's pretty mediocre side scroller from the late 90s, a theft simulator with track and field events. They thems are cat burgling, but dressed in insanely bright clothes, wearing high tops. Ha! This is just hilariously bad. Was this developed by EA Wakanda? African art is the same oval-faced black chick or stick people made of poop. Orange is a new black for cat burglars. Is this brought to us by the guy who did Robin Hood? Pirate Nation. Chris Kindred, formerly of Sweet Baby Inc., did some, quote, early design consulting on Relooted. and is, quote, so glad to see it finding its players. All 22 of them, Chris. 64% review score with 13 reviews. Chris Kindred did some super early design consulting on Relooted. So glad it's finding its players. Big congrats to the team. Quote tweeting BBC News Africa. Okay. Savvy. Relooted goes out of its way to avoid mentioning of slavery. I am about halfway through the game. Only about 12% of people on Steam have made it to chapter 3. It is tutorial, the game. Tutorial. These people are stupid and should never be allowed to touch another game again. Which, by the way, when I played through the demo of this game, it was pausing every 15 to 25 seconds to tell you, oh, hey, you need to press this button to do this now. And then you have to like press the button to get past the tutorial screen, and then did it. I'm like, okay, maybe that's acceptable if it's just like the intro. It was like the entire demo. According to Savvy, apparently it continues on to chapter 3, where it just keeps doing that. And she quote tweeted herself saying, so the very first tutorial artifact of this game, playing live now, check it out on YouTube, is the silver buffalo. The silver buffalo belonged to fawn people under the Danholm kingdom. The game would have you believe they were an artistic culture that believed in art and voodoo enthusiasts. The kingdom actually built its wealth on slave trading, and King Gizo took the throne from his brother by force after being gassed up by Francisco Felix de Souza, a slave trader. The kingdom was constantly at war, and Gizo ended up burning his own capital down instead of surrendering to the French. My playthrough consists of looking up the actual history while playing, and you get two very different outlooks on events when playing a game versus looking at reality. Big shocker there that they're trying to pull a Wikipedia and rewrite history for the modern audiences. Oh, lefty lunatics. Isn't it funny that they always try to do that every single time? And with Relooted, it's no different. But yeah, that is Relooted. The developer is trying to curb the conversation to only toxic positivity. We'll see how that works out for him with 22 people playing this game on the second day from a game that's been backed by Epic Game Store and Microsoft. How? And it's like a big studio with lots of people. How are they paying these people? Who paid for them? Why are they doing this? How did this happen? Why do these games keep getting made? I want answers, damn it. I'll leave that there.